Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Beacon Pines, where we're stuck in the house. Apparently, Grandma has left to go off to do something. What it is, but it seems relatively mysterious. Either way, there's something else mysterious going on right now inside our house. It appears, I would imagine, that the walkie-talkie is transmitting Morse code. The walkie-talkie we picked up. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rolo, is that you? Over? Strange. That is a strange charm. It appears that we are a bat in that illustration. Or we're just upside down. Either way. Oh, hello. It appears that everybody's trying to get our attention from various directions. Oh, hey, Roxy. If this is about me, accidentally kicking you yesterday. Is Rolo here? No? Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rolo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rolo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Well, thank you, Book, for the ominous warning. Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late, and we went home. Weepwood? If he's alive, I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rolo. Where are you? Also, Rolo is the name of a delicious candy. But that is unrelated. For now, we must go to the library because obviously when children disappear, they disappear near books. It's, Now that I've got more of a... I feel like in the first couple chapters, I had more of a walk. But now I've got like just a full-on skip going. It feels like everybody just kind of dropped what they were doing. Probably for the search. Hey, Bert. Have you seen Rolo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. Oh, that's probably that fellow over there. So you got nothing? Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. Why is Pete and Toby, like... Are the employees of this company just so easily replaceable with each other? We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you start by telling me, look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. Gah, you joker. We're all a part of this together. You'll let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. Not now. Although, that's very nice of the narrative to kind of work its way, so, like, you don't have to do certain actions twice. What voice did I give these people? There's so many characters, I didn't write anything down. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she'll be here, then she'll be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy, when I could be standing around, doing nothing, and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi, Roxy needs our help. My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rolo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for another couple hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great. I guess. Right, Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. Well, it looks like they're running off without me. That's the journalist. No, that's the mayor. What's this about a missing child? I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It just all seems so terrible. And you're sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I'm certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging? Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter Beck that. Now where did she run off to? Definitely not running off into the woods, the Weeping Woods, looking for missing children. This person is just so enamored by their book, like the whole story is probably just going to happen around them. But at the same time, you could say that this creates multiple layers of books within books. Like you have somebody that's like drawn into the storyline within a book, within the story, within a book. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. Hey, Luca, what's up? You haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. That seems like a very important rule for Rolo. He seems to be an all-in or nothing sort of fellow. What about the Beacon Beacon? The Beacon Beacon is closed.
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Wait, is this also a like a subplot in regards to the interconnectedness of a global and social economy? Ah, the library. That was like 2 steps away from like a Snake from The Simpsons impression. Ah, the library. I haven't been to the library in a while. Okay, what's this?
Any actual new additions? Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone. All right, so I remember like a few months ago I went to a local bookstore and they were highlighting new books. They had like a little end stand for new books. And they only had 2 different books on it. One of them was The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. The other book was one of the Witcher novels. Not the first one, the second Witcher novel. Because Rings of Power was going on, and Witcher Season 2 was going on. And it's like, these aren't new. These are new editions of books, but these books are hardly new.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu, one of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oof. He's the lead authority on all Patrick C. Montesquieu stuff, so... Hey, Jess. Or Jace. Or Jasse. Jace. Let's go with Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here on days when a new issue drops. Rolo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
Mycological Phosphorescence.
Ah, more like my complete loss of interest. Yeah, you tell that book. You show that book who's not interested in you.
The level of the library was devoted to comics.
Ooh.
Most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
They need more variety in comics, I'd say. It can't just be all Hank Atomic. Nerd. Okay, there's an achievement, sorry. One of these days I should really turn on notifications for achievements, but also figure out how to turn off notifications for everything else.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject.
You know, that's impressive.
Making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title. Introduction to Melitology.
Oh, hey, Luca, you snuck up on me. Good book? Don't know, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy. Fight! That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. I appreciate the pun. Keep me buzzed in. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yep, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often.
Oh, this is Beck.
Time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rolo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Kind of. Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. I think I'm gonna need to choose a different voice for this character. Because looking at the title, like this character, Beck, Rolo, and Luca do team up. I've already gotten Rolo, like the deep voice. Beck has the high-pitched voice. My normal voice is Rolo's sister. Oh, hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
A bad accent. That'll be fine for Beck. Oh, you're Two-Face. I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kind of like me and Rolo. I guess Rolo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. But first we will examine the post office box, and then the telephone. And there's nothing to do, so we will keep going. Joey, have you seen Rolo around? Nah, sorry, Luca. I don't know why I gave him an Australian accent. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. I can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rolo. No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetologist. Just keep an eye out for him. Would you? Of course. This is the Weeping Woods. And this is... Oh, hello. There's a new board here. Dang, they boarded up the way in. Take that. Well, I guess instead of having to fix the electric fence, they had to do something.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick. Oh, there's a stick.
Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood.
That is not normal.
First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
Is this one of those situations where somebody tries to improve a product and it works, but there's also the chance that it destroys the product? Kind of like in the movie Serenity, how like the evil government creates something to try to calm the population, to calm the civilization, but it works too well, and everybody becomes so calm, all they do is just lie down and die. But then there's suddenly this 10% of the population that just goes nuts, like as nuts as possible. So, like, kind of a similar thing here, where, like, okay, we want something to push forth the harvest, because that seems to be the big corporation thing going out in the background. There's the foul harvest, the perennial harvest, and they're trying to make something that allows them to grow things faster, because if they grow things faster, they can sell things more often. And it works so well that dead branches cut off from the source can grow new life. But there's that 10% which causes even living branches to quickly die and erode and kill everything around it, too. That's my theory. What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey, Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yep. I don't have time for this now, Iggy. Aw, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Why, hello, I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yep. You've probably heard of us. Can't say that I have. I'll forgive you this once on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has he ever told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true. They got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out the tickles, the strange.
Well, time to bust out the strange.
Alright, Luca, looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yep. Stop being a weirdo. What? That's as strange as you're gonna get? I'm somewhat disappointed. I was expecting stranger. Much stranger things. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense. Wackadoos travel in packs, eh, dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Ah!
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
You jerk, my clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
I don't feel so good. I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. Yep. Huh. Let's see if we can, should we keep going with this? Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. That was intense. Iggy's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
Person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rolo caught up in all of this?
We have to find Rolo. You took the words out of my mouth. They were there. But now those words are mine. How do I... Is there nowhere else for me to go down this way? Whoa there, little buddies. You startled me. What in the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We were just helping look for Rolo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news. Rolo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. He just got a little turned around in the woods. They can be disorienting, you know. I'm starting to get that impression. Rolo's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You two should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rolo. Oh, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rolo tomorrow. All's well that ends well. If Luca didn't go looking for Rolo, then nothing would have happened to Iggy. But if Iggy didn't confront Luca, nothing would have happened to Iggy as well. Still, sure. Glad he's okay.
Rolo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran, I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rolo. She's not outside in the garden. She's not in the kitchen. Let us check upstairs. Gran, Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Yes. It turns out Rolo is safe and sound. Just keep making excuses as you go from room to room. It will all work out.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. Well, you could also eat something. Play some video games. Read a book.
Pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. Why don't you grab me some nice bait? Sure thing, Dad. Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. We're fishing with bees? Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one. Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple.
So, I wonder if the kid at the library was reading a book about bees. Like, I wonder if that's also going to come into play later on.
The wrong choice, but I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. Dad, I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal. The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out! His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was. Dad, we have to go! Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run! The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Oh, alright. Radio's back on.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rolo?
Faintly, he could hear Rolo amongst the noise.
Luca! Rolo, is that you? Luca. There. Rolo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rolo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was... took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in... for now, at least... Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust... He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
Signal went silent.
Rolo? Rolo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
His voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? So there's a satellite at the treehouse. So maybe if he connects the walkie-talkie to the treehouse satellite, he might boost the signal. What's at the treehouse? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. I'm way ahead of you, Luca. Also because I can just pause dialogue. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Which is this
I
way?
heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Refuse. Or refuse. This time refuse. Harriam, you just keep your wits about you. Here am.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Heiress Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. What are they up to, these three co-conspirators? Gran? Why are you meeting with Mrs. Fratelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hi, Luca. Ha! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Harriam Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luca. And then she just fades back into the bushes. It's kind of interesting, like you're going through a lot of these same locations, but the people you pass by are changing. I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough just to rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. All they did was rearrange letters on a sign, but which sign? And what do they rearrange letters to? I'd better hurry up to the treehouse. Oh yeah, the treehouse is actually north. Rolo? Rolo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rolo. Mr. Karras said you were all right. What happened out there? Dang it, Rolo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here. So you better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? How could you hurt something that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy?
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior. Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through Weepwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Rolo? It's not safe, Luca! Rolo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm in the treehouse, Rolo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. Okay, you should probably have said that in the first place, because you're saying just the treehouse. It's a confusing message. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards. The people who want the answers. What did I tell ya? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello. Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of them. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course. Why are there so many of them? We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They were saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rolo had constructed his MCDC.
Marvel Comics What does DC stand for in DC Comics? I don't think I've ever actually learned that, or if I did, I immediately forgot.
The mission control defense cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Eggy, there you are. You gave us all us. You gave all us. What voice did I give William Kerr? I have to have something different from the clipboards. Eggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though, we're here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rolo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rolo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting, and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they have left. Oh, I only have one option.
Luca drew
Fight!
himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Does that just shoot a plunger? Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rolo sends his regards. I'm not impressed. Hey, that was uncalled for, more than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And
With
this.
a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
I mean, he's a kid, so, like, you wouldn't expect a kid's plans to always be effective.
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Alright, so fight has been played out, so has Strange. Struggle hasn't been played out. In that branch. And also Tickle hasn't. Let us tickle Iggy, see if that changes. Well, time to bust out the tickles.
tickles.
Hey, Tish, want to see something cool? Yep. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yep. Yep. Yep.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yep. Yep.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, you kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
This is not better. Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined... Yeah, she suddenly's got like a strand of white... Oh, God.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy.
Oh,
Luca
chapter
paused
4
for a
again.
moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rolo was his primary concern.
All right. So we know... Okay, so now that Iggy hasn't been affected. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old, so we don't have to worry about Iggy drawing the attention of the clipboards. But what's kind of interesting about this setup is, like, your characters still have to learn and do the things. Just because you know the thing. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just looking for Rolo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rolo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit. And we hid in the dumpster and a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. And it's all my fault. Now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rolo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. All right.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Whoa! Don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
The motion to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rolo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rolo knows these woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks. Oh,
Luca
we have a
peered up at
decision
Mr.
tree.
Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rolo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to... I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourself, can you? We were all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
All right. Well, it seems that the only other choice we have is now back at the warehouse. That is the only branch that is open to us. We'll find out what happens there next time. For now, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.